And there it is. Boy, did that take some getting out of there. I've been hitting it much more than I've shown on camera. Oh, so you can see where it's threaded in, and then we've gone through. Yeah, we've gone through and punched it out. I didn't think that was going to come out, I must admit. I really didn't. Right, just got to get this off of here now. Need a device. I need some space. What is it about these workshops? You've never got any space. Because as soon as you make some, you find something to stick in it. What to do? Right, I'll have to think about this. Right, so the ejectors have been pulled out and the ejector sleeves are stuck down in the cylinder head. So what I'm doing is I'm running a tap into the stuck sleeve to cut a thread. Now I have seen people use a slide hammer, weld something to the end of the tap and then use a slide hammer to try to pull the sleeve out. Well, I tried that. Well, I tried something similar and it just shattered my tap. So I'm going to try it a different way. I can't remember what head this was now. Oh, a Vivaro. 2 litre Vivaro head. That would be a Citroen for those that don't know. Citroen van. So I need a decent thread in it. I've got to cut it with a reasonable number of turns. And you'll need a good tap to do it as well, because they're quite tough little things. Right, I think I've got enough threads on that. We'll just check now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5. There's swarf coming off there. Then what I'm going to do, I'd rather use a bolt, but this is what I've got. I'm going to screw this into it now. Best I can. Nice and tight. Now we're going to turn it over. Make sure we've got clearance. I might have to see how that goes. Take a punch, put it down the injector hole. Make sure we've got down there. That seems like it didn't go very far. Oh, must be. And then we hit it. That's tough. Yeah, we have got clearance. Oh, dear me. Man, that's tough. God grief. I don't know if that's moved or not. I don't think so. Wow. Just for the record, I've got one out, but I didn't film it. I'm just trying to see if I can get another one out. But the other one did take a bit of beating to get it out. Talk about stuck. Of course, we've got to get all four out. Oh, just one remaining. Leaves the head scratched. I could machine it out, but it's a bit awkward because they're, I don't know if you can see that, but they're stepped. So you'd have to drill two different sizes. All we can do is try again. I think I want a bigger block there. My lights flick. Right. That might be a bit more stable. I don't think that's coming out there. Wow. Because when you hit things hard, the worry is that the alloy breaks, the alloy of the head. nonsense, isn't it? I was rather hoping that the amount of force it takes to tap these, that it would cause them to spin, but it didn't. I suppose I should stick a 14mm drill bit down there first to help the tap out. I'm probably tapping it a good ½ inch in. Right, I'm going to try the one over here before I go back to this one. And just see how we get on with it. Right. Let's have a look. Hey, you two. Right, let's have a go. Well, that one came out. go back to the lathe and pull this off. So that one clearly wasn't so stuck. That's 2. Fingers crossed. Just find your punch. Oh, yeah. You never know if the bolts just come out and the injector sleeve is still in there, or if it's all come out. But we shall find out. Oh, it's come out. Right, so I'm going to take this one off. Just a sec while I go to the lathe. So we've managed to get that one off, so that's 3. So we got 1 more. What do you do? Beat it a bit harder? Haven't got much choice really, have we? Okay. Try again. Bending my punch. Oh, this one's not playing, is it? This is thinners. I use it quite a bit. Now I'm going to leave that to soak. There's a bolt in there sealing the thread off. I have no idea if it'll help or not, but it does in your own mind. Might do something. But I'm going for a cup of tea. I'll see you in a bit. Stop. The level of the thinners hasn't gone down, so we can only assume it hasn't done anything. Good grief. Well, what can I say? Right, so we've got one of these units down here, so I won't be able to show you because I just won't be able to show you on the camera, but the threaded section is this bit here, what I threaded with a tap earlier. So what I'm going to try to do is machine this away and see if that helps us. So worked out that it's basically 19 millimeters. Right, so we have our drill bit. This one's got quite a nose on it, but it's the right size. Now we're trying to remove this area here, so I'm going to mark the drill bit. So basically, when it gets down to that, it should be to the bottom of this. I can go a little bit further and take some of this away as well. But for the moment, let's just take it a little bit at a time. Sure what I'm there, but it grabbed the drill bit quite violently. So we'll just have a look if we can. It was quite violent as well. Collets don't normally do that. Not really sure what happened there. Certainly don't think it's cut it. Put it on a fast speed. Right, we can go further than that. Just making sure that all the chips are steel and not aluminium with a magnet, which they are, they're all still steel. I would say we've drilled enough of that out. We've left ourselves just enough. Let's see if we can figure out how many turns we've got on this. See there? Not sure what you can see. I'm going to screw this in and see how many turns I can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1/4. So we'll have a go at bashing that out. Back in a bit. So we're back on the bench. We've removed this, all this down to about here. So we've only got this bit left in there, and hopefully that'll make it easier to drive out. You wouldn't believe it. There's only a little bit of it left. Bloody hell. Good grief. Should have marked that before I started. That's not good anyway. Wow. That's not going anyway. We're going to have to drill that out. All the way. So now we've drilled it out as much as we can, we're going to drill with a flat bottomed milling cutter, hopefully until we get to the copper washer. A little at a time. What I'm doing is let me show you, I'm adjusting my depth stop, and then as the mill cutter comes down I can see the gap that I've got, so I can adjust the gap so I know how much more I'm taking off each time I do this. I only want to get to the copper copper washer down the bottom there. I don't want to go any further than that. I'm still cutting steel, so that's okay. I'm not seeing any alloy coming up, just steel. I know it's still there because the magnet's sticking to it. I think we're just breaking through. Yeah, I can now see. I wonder if I can take a picture. I'm now seeing this hexagon shape. So we've cut past. I'm going to point to. Let me put it somewhere where it's got some light. Right. We've got down to here, and I can now see this hexagon shape in the bottom of this bore. So I know at max we've only got, what's that, about 3 mil, 3.5 mil, 8, something like that. Calipers are playing up. They are old. About 4 millimeters max. And it's looking pretty good, to be honest. Right. Almost there. Judging by the amount of muck that came up there, I think I might have done it. Oh, battery's gone on this now. Oh, just wouldn't get a torch. Stop recording. Oh, wrong thing. Right, we've got to the copper gasket. So we're just gonna see if we can get the copper washer, sorry. So we're just gonna see if we can get that to shift. Put it on slow speed. Yeah. I've run out of carbide cutter. I might not be able to finish this. Not much of that hanging out of there, so we'll have to be gentle. Ideal. I'll take another picture. You can just make out there what's left of the copper washer, and I know it's not in focus, the camera's trying to focus higher up, but there's the copper washer. That's let go. It looks like a nice clean surface underneath. And here, was just sitting on the top, is the remains of the injector insert, which is the very bottom of that there. So that's let go. So all in all, we're very happy with that. What this needs now is some proper reseating tools, which the owner of this head says he's got. So we're going to leave him to recut all the seats by hand, all the bases by hand. We're done. We've got the hard bit out. Yeah, pretty tough they were too. One of them was, I nearly gave up on, but it did come out. The other two weren't so bad. They knocked out fairly simply. But this one, oh, what a nightmare. If you look inside there, you can probably make out where I tapped it. And then I imagine that's down the hole there, stuck. And I tapped it and inserted, where's it gone? Lost it, hang on. So I tapped it, then I threaded, let's start again. So I tapped it in there, and then I threaded this into it, and then from the other side of the head we punched them out, because we've got a bolt in there that we can hit to drag it out, but it didn't work on this one. Anyway, thankfully it's all done. And okay, so I have just I did it off camera. I was having trouble fitting the injector into this one that we cut. So what I did is I moved the cutter about a thou over towards the camera side. I did it, and it brought this up. So this is what was stopping the injector from, let me get an injector. Right, we've got one here somewhere. So as this was being inserted, the remainder of the old injector was still in there, and it was preventing us from, getting past this bit. I don't know if it's all out, but that's quite a chunk that's come out. Now I'm going to double check and see if there's any more in there. I think it's probably got it all out, but there's a bit of rubbish down there, so we'll just blow that out. Looking good. Now we need to remove the head from the machine and test fit the injector. Just turn this power supply off. No need to leave it running. Right. I'm being very mindful about the face of this head, because how do you put this? This head has come to me after coming from another machine shop. It was taken to a different machine shop and they worked on the head and they refaced it, but they didn't pull the stuck injector sleeves, and without those injector sleeves being removed, the head's useless because you can't put new injectors in. So you simply can't use the head if you can't get them out. But from what I understand from the customer, and this is from the customer, they didn't have time to work on these and gave it back to him with a refaced surface. Now, one of the things you do with headwork is you reface last, because you don't want to damage the fresh cut. It's the last thing that you want. So I put this tissue down because I'm really trying my best not to mark this surface when it's down on the milling table. Even though my milling table is flat, yes, it's got a few dinks, but it is flat. I'm trying my best not to mark this, and we've got a bit of dirt on it, granted. This is just oils and stuff we've had on it while we've been trying to extract those units. It's unavoidable, it'll need a clean, but we don't want to resurface it again. But my point is, the point I'm trying to make is, why resurface a head and give it back to the customer in unusable condition? Really not good, is it? Anyway, I'm going to try and test fit this now. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm still having trouble getting the injector into that hole. I think it's just a bit of crud, so I'm going to use this ball hone just to try and clean it out a bit in there. Might as well do all of them. don't think there's anything left in there. And what I've done is I've used a magnet on a stick, and I've put it down in there to see if it finds anything magnetic, you know, and it doesn't. So I'm confident that there isn't anything in there. You know, it wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much to you know, does that show? That's only a thin piece of steel. It wouldn't take much, and I'd have to give it a bit of a tug to get it out of there. So I'm confident there's nothing in there. And these injectors are a bit of a push to get them in. Because they want to seal. They're clamped in rather tightly. I'll just give it a bit more of a clean. I believe that will go in there. He's trying to, but I'm not going to force it in. He says, there we are. I think that'll go in there. So we're done. So, what can I say? They were tough to get out. Two of them weren't so bad. One was really hard to knock out, and the other one I just couldn't knock out. I was becoming afraid of damaging the head itself. It still feels a bit rough in there. I don't think there's anything in there, it's just corrosion. Anyway. So with that, thank you for watching, and we'll be back with something else shortly. Got an interesting project on the floor, which I'll probably do next. Something you haven't seen before. Something I do for a local company now and again. But I'll bring that up on the next video. I'm sure many of you have heard of them. Anyway, bye for now.